Hello, welcome back. This is part of a mini series of videos that I'm giving about different auditions that exist at the moment as an opera singer breaking into the industry in the world. Today we're talking about competitions. Okay, a necessary evil, I know, and I know everyone hates them, but they are incredibly useful if you can use them to your best advantage. So I've been competing for over 10 years. I did every single competition possible in Australia before I left Australia to pursue my career in Europe, and I've done so many European competitions as well. It's a very interesting, very complicated world. So competitions have become a really necessary part of what we do as singers because there is so little work. There are so many singers, and it's kind of a way for opera houses to cut out the middleman in a lot of ways, and also cut out a lot of the singers who they would perceive to be wasting their time, which is not something I believe, but is just what is happening in the industry right now. Because when you simply don't have enough time and you have all these singers who want work, it is actually temporally and physically and financially impossible to listen to all of them. So competitions are extremely useful because casting directors go to them, agents go to them, and basically people who are casting and can send you to other auditions go to these competitions. Sometimes only from the semi-finals or finals onwards. Well, final onwards, but you know what I mean. And not always in the first round, but it is still an extremely useful thing for you to do. They are expensive. You're looking at maybe, I'd say, a minimum of 500 euros and a maximum of maybe 1,000, 1,100 euros to participate, because often you have to go to another country, to an expensive city, stay there for a week. Sometimes you can stay and wait, see what your results are, and then get on a plane the next day and go to somewhere else. That is possible. But given how expensive travel and accommodation is now, compared to when I started my European adventure as a singer at the very beginning of 2019. It's now 2024, and the cost of travel and accommodation has skyrocketed since the pandemic, which is understandable. But it does mean you have to make some quite specific financial decisions when you're doing this sort of thing. So make sure you've got a good budget. You also have to budget for all of the coaching and practice performing that you're going to do before this, because you want to put your best foot forward. Because you'd love to win money. That'd be really great. Other than also winning contracts, you want to win the money, because we all need more money, and that's fine. But competitions, not just for those kind of very obvious industry things, they're really useful because you meet lots of other singers, and often you meet singers at lots of other competitions, opera competitions, leader competitions all around the world. And I have so many friends who I've met at competitions, and it's lovely to sort of run into them. Or, next time you find you're both going to be in the same city, you can share accommodation. That makes it a lot more affordable for you both, or all three of you, or whatever. It's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to get your voice out there. But my favorite thing about competitions nowadays is, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, you get really good videos as well, because usually they're going to live stream it even from the first round. There's some, like the Eva Marton competition in Budapest does videos from the first round, which is fantastic, because then you can, ask for a copy, and then you can use that for your own content and also to send to other places. And some only record the final or the semi-final, which is a bit of a shame, but it's becoming a lot more normal now for competitions to absolutely just record everything, which is great, because that means that you turned up, you're performing in front of an audience, and we all know that we perform better when there's an audience or a panel or whatever in the room, because recording in an empty hall can be a little bit soul crushing. And of course, you've dressed up, you're putting your best foot forward, so that's always gonna be a very helpful resource for you in the future. So I know competitions are really expensive, and I know the act of competing against other singers gives a lot of singers the ick. I really do understand that. But if you just go in and use it as performance experience, as an opportunity to meet people and widen your networks, you're going to have a great time. And that's you using competitions to your best advantage. So I really recommend that you do them. Sometimes you get to do also, master classes, or you never know. I've been offered contracts and performances from being in semifinals of competitions as well. You never know who's in the audience. So I really, really, really recommend that you do that. Put a bit of money aside every year as your competition budget, if you like, and make sure you go out and do them. The other thing is, if you're coming from Australia or the USA or something and you want to just be in Europe for, say, 2 months, just kind of seeing if you like it, you can plan that around a competition. So find a competition that you really want to do, and then when you get into it, plan coachings around that, plan a language course around that, and get some money under your belt and go and do it and have the best time. It's a really good way to do things. Okay. See you in the next one.